This is not good. Fuck. My car's bodied. But it is what it is, right? Gotta spend more money on bullshit. Man, ain't it crazy how much money controls this world we live in? It's outrageous, you know. The devil's the money. Or the money is the devil. Whichever way you want to put it. Our whole lives are run by money. Everything's controlled by money, and it's a concept. It's not even a real thing, you know. I guess it's a thing like dollar bills, coins, gold coins, or everything, but it's just us asserting value to a given object. Which, like, who decided? You know, who decides how much something's worth? I guess the market, right? I guess the people consuming it decide how much they're willing to pay for certain things. Like a McDonald's cheeseburger, motherfuckers was probably like, nah, I ain't paying more than $2 for this little piece of shit. And then they're like, alright, you know, $1 cheeseburgers. Things like that make sense, but fucking houses, like, you know, houses like how some houses can be 8,000 to like $500,000 is wild. And even up, like, what? I wonder, like, money's crazy because it's all controlled by like one central person, like, well, not one person, but one central agency, you know, the Roth family, like, they own most of the bank, the Rothschild family, they own most of the banks, and they own like 98% of the banks. Every bank is a Rothschild bank, which is almost crazy because people always talk about the elites and, oh, my bad, my nose is just like, but these elites and these cultures and all these crazy, like, who's in the elites and the globalists, and Trump's trying to take down the swamp, and Trump's not doing any of that shit. Trump's just fucking trying to inflate his ego. Yeah, Trump's doing a little shit. He's getting all these corrupt people out, but everyone's corrupt in politics. Fucking your local governments are corrupt. If you don't believe me, just look into them. You know, where I live, our mayor has a deal with, I think it's Verizon, or, you know, Verizon or Comcast, and they basically just clash at each other, Verizon and Comcast, and then they made a deal with the mayor to say, alright, you can't have this Wi-Fi in our area. And, you know, that blew my mind, because it's like, why the fuck do we have the fast-ass Wi-Fi around here? And it's like, oh, because you realize this dude made a deal when he got into mayor, and now all of our township can't get this Wi-Fi. And it's, all politicians are corrupt. I mean, okay, there's some probably that aren't corrupt, but, you know, they're ones that don't get far. Obama was corrupt. Trump's corrupt. Clintons are corrupt. Biden's corrupt. You know, now Harrison and all them are corrupt. People don't like to hear that, like, oh, no, you know, blues for the people, but they're not for the people. That's just what they claim they are. When has any politician done anything for the greater of America? You know? We were fucking in war for the past 20 years and nobody wanted. They lied and got us into war. We all realized it's bullshit, and then we stayed in war. But now we're like, alright, like, we don't gotta be in the Middle East, but stayed in the Middle East. These politicians just, they have, you know, money on these companies that are, you know, it's the MIC, the military industrial complex. Hold on. Oh, that's illegal. Shit. But the MIC is fucking a big driver of politicians, and they probably got a lot of money in them. You know? That's why we're always going to war. Because it makes money. Boeing and steel makes all this fucking product that makes money. Like, people think Trump's not corrupt, but he fucking is corrupt too. I mean, he probably just, I don't know what he's done. Donald Trump, he's probably been doing a lot of shady shit behind the scenes, a lot of deals, putting names on shit, you know, putting certain people in power. That's what they do. So you give me money now, I'll put you in a power position later. You know, it's just the way the world works. I mean, people are like, oh, no, that's not it. Everyone has a good heart. Like, where's the good heart? None of these politicians have a good heart. We still got world hunger. We still got American, you know, our homelessness problem is outrageous. They don't put any money to that, you know? Like, how much fucking money, I don't know, was it like a couple billion could solve the homelessness problem? Build some apartments, throw them in there. Like, what? Fund them. Like, understand the homelessness problem is also a mental illness problem. Most of those homeless people do have some form of mental illness, bipolar, some type of anxiety, schizophrenia, and it's not. I mean, it's. I don't want to say it's not their fault they're homeless, but sometimes it's just people get dealt a shit hand, and they can't fucking deal with it like that. They don't know how to deal with shit. These homeless people on the streets that don't know how to make money and can't get a job because, just that privilege. Now there's so much privilege where, like, no one hires homeless people because there's not a lot of fucking jobs for normal people, right? Like, there's not, like, a flux of jobs. Like, there's not a whole fucking boatload of jobs for normal people. I don't say, like, normal homeless people are different, but shit, there's barely a job for non-homeless people. What job are you going to pay a homeless person to do? And a homeless person probably wants to do some slave job working for, 5 cents or $1 or $2, whatever an hour. I don't mean that to sound, sound demeaning, but I mean, like, they're not going to fucking do these prison jobs, like fight fires for $1 an hour. Like, that's like $1 a day, $2 a day. Like, that's crazy shit. It's crazy. Right? Let's get them a shelter to start. Build some giant, build one giant building with 1,000, apartments, 2 bedrooms. Tell them to match up. Each got a bedroom, you gotta live together. Figure it the fuck out. Like how many homeless people are in each city? I think maybe like a couple thousand. Like a building can hold over 1,000 plus people. So I don't see why they can't. 1,000 at least, do you think? Yeah, like a couple thousand. So throw them in a home or apartment building. Use some taxpayer dollars just to keep the water running there and the electricity and the heat going for them. Yes, that sucks because not everyone wants their, why would we pay for this person's heat when we can't get our own electricity? That's a shitty situation too. We gotta work around it somehow. It's a whole changing system. It's like, if you want to fix one problem, we're going to fix 50 others to get that one problem fixed, where it's not going to cause a domino effect that fucks up other problems. You can't just fix a problem and then, like, leave the rest, Like, we're fixing homelessness, we're going to fix, our taxes too, or economics. So, that's the way I look at it. Like, the war of drugs, coming to an end. Drugs won. Notice all that coming. America lost another war that they shouldn't have been in, but once you legalize all the drugs, now, all right, like a lot of people are gonna do them, but we also need rehab centers for all these addicts. So you can't just legalize drugs and then not have a place for people to go. Like, I don't want to say like to send them to a hospital because hospitals are overrun with the COVID, and that's gonna end up topic for himself. But the COVID's overrunning hospitals, so have like a health center for people like addicts, and not let them be scared to go to jail, and not make sure they're not scared to want to go get help because no one wants to be a drug addict. People think, oh, it's their choice. It was their choice to start and try it, but it's not their choice to continue it. Like, I think that's the big misconception a lot of fucking people have about drug addicts. I'm not a drug addict. Like, I'll smoke, I'll do other stuff, but I can stop smoking whenever I want. I take weeks off at a time. It's something I get. It's an enjoyment I get. It's when I get to relax and get fried, watch a movie, and it's makes it a little bit better, a little bit funnier. Like, I laugh more. But I don't need to be like an everyday smoker. It doesn't help me out. But there are people there out in the world that they can't go on without, I don't even say smoking weed, because like weed's still minimalist, but like popping a Xanax. Like, people are addicted to Xanax and it's so bad. Like, they can go days without taking it or their body will reject it. I don't think people understand this problem. And people like to hide from this problem, that this is what we have in America. We have a fucking opioid. I picked my nose. Yeah, I picked my nose. Fucking deal with it. We have an opioid crisis going on in America. Millions of people are addicted to opioids. I think Eastern Kentucky is one of the worst states for it. Like, all in poverty past Knoxville, or not Knoxville, but Lexington, Kentucky, east of Lexington, Kentucky is poverty, opioid stricken. West Virginia, all off painkillers, a whole opioid epidemic there, and we don't talk about it. We don't help these people because we're too busy focusing on these grandiose ideas like climate change. Like, yes, climate change is a big problem, but we don't have the solutions right now. We can't focus on it. I think Jordan Peterson has a great video on how climate change is just too many problems, and it's too long of a healing process for us to know what we're doing is beneficial. It took 50 years to realize we fucked up. It's going to take more than probably another 50 years in the future to realize, alright, what we're doing today was good in the future. So we got to fix other problems before we fix the climate, which some people disagree with that, but I mean, it's true. We could fix a lot of problems first while also dealing with the climate change. I think we all got to focus on one issue and fix it. We're trying to do that as a society. If not, we gotta divvy it up and then we gotta trust others to fix it. But I think that's what we tried to do, and that's where America's failed, because we tried to trust others to fix these problems. And like I said, all politicians are corrupt, and they've let us all down. So what do we do? What do we do now? We gotta trust ourselves and trust the people that they want to make a better place, and hopefully, if you can trust them, you could also trust the people they trust and continue that chain of thought, right? I trust my one friend. I'm trusting that she trusts all her other friends, and then that builds just the web of trust. And hopefully that leads to someone that knows these politicians personally, knows that they're not corrupt and not all this snake flick shit. But climate change is the worst one. I'm trying to think of other problems, how can we fix it? I think the bigger problem with climate change is just the depopulation of animals. All these animals are going extinct because there's a mass growth of humans. People don't talk about that enough, I think. It's like, yeah, climate's great. I hope the climate gets fixed out, but if there's no fucking animals, what's the point, right? What's the point of all these? What's the point of fixing the climate? I don't give a fuck about climate change for myself. I don't care if it gets hotter. I'm on the East Coast. It could get warm. It's fine with me. It'll take a couple more degrees. I don't need a cold winter. But I care more about animals than us humans. I hope we can fix this fucking planet for the animals. Start letting the animals take over again. Oh my god, my axles are shot in this car. So it's just a damn shame that's how it is and how it's probably gonna be. So we need to fix depopulation. There's two black rhinos left in the world. Fucking bizarre. These animals are going extinct, and we just watch it happen, and we just let people kill these exotic animals, and we all just oh, we hate it, it's bad. But I don't know what the solution is, because it's not on our watch. It's in Africa. We don't have any control of it. I'm not trying to start another war in Africa. It's just sad to see, though. As humans grow and expand, we also kill a bunch of other people. We also just fuck everything up, in a sense. My buddy says, humans are the virus of the earth. It's kind of crazy, but if you look at the way our cities are and everything, it kind of looks like we are a virus, just fucking spreading out to other parts of it, and we take over, we push everything out. So, it's just my thoughts for that. Humans are a virus. Could be good, or not. It's too many. See why the elites want the depopulation, but it's people are for the population, but you got to be the one for it to die. You can't be I'm for it and then not want post some more shit. Tim agrees. Anyone ever watches this and agrees with me or disagrees or just comments, let me know. I'm more interested to talk to people. It's always fun talking to people about things like this, like the world solutions, because a lot of people don't talk to each other about how to fix problems. We all just shout at each other that our ideas are right. I'm right, you're wrong, but in reality, we're all probably both right. We're just gonna meet somewhere in the middle to truly figure this stuff out. So let me know if you agree or disagree, and hopefully we could all figure this stuff out. The world's not gonna get better by electing politicians. The world's gonna get better by all of us coming together and trying to work as a community more than working as individuals in a community. But later, guys. Love each other. Love yourself. Talk to you guys on another day.